Hey guys, it's Tfitnessss and I'm coming to you with a quick video about a dessert that I found that's absolutely fantastic. It's the flourless peanut butter banana muffins. I got it off of www.detoxinista.com and she has some great recipes that are vegan, gluten-free, grain-free. This particular one is grain-free because sometimes I like having desserts that are good and tasty but don't have a lot of wheat or grain in them. For reasons for bloating, for gaining weight, that type of thing. So I like to keep it clean. And I like clean recipes. A lot of people ask me how I eat. So I want to do some more videos to show people you can eat clean and healthy and still enjoy your food. It can still taste wonderful, but you just got to learn how to do it. So let's get started. The first thing that I have is a cup of organic peanut butter, and I use Earth Balance natural peanut butter. It also has flaxseed in it. 2 grams of sugar, 2 tablespoons is 190 calories. It only has 5 carbs and total fat 16 grams. Of course, that's all healthy fat. So I have my cup here, and usually what I do with my peanut butter, when I put it in the cup, I put it in the microwave for about, I'd say 20 seconds just to get it a little soft, because when you're trying to mix peanut butter, you know it can be like clay. I also have a cup of mashed up ripe bananas. If you buy bananas at the grocery store and they're not ripe, when you bring them home, just sit them next to a big bowl of apples or sit them in the bowl. Within a day or two, they will be ripe. Apples will ripen up bananas really quickly. So I used about 2 bananas to get a cup of bananas. Then you want to have a half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of vanilla extract or vanilla flavor, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 cup of honey. That's your sweetener. If you want it to be a little sweetener, just depends. You might want to use half a cup of honey. It just depends. I think I've done this recipe before, and I like using 1/4 cup, but I think this time I might go over just a little bit of 1/4 cup just to get it a little sweeter. Then you also want to have 3 eggs. Now I've already taken the eggs and scrambled them up so they're here, but you want to have 3 eggs. Okay, so you have your bowl. I've already cleaned my bowl, and you just mix in the ingredients all together. So I'm going to go ahead and mix in my peanut butter, try to get as much as you can out, because you really want to make sure you get all your peanut butter and don't waste any of your ingredients. Then you want to get your cup of ripe bananas that you've already smashed up. They come out pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and put in my eggs, since these are pretty much the wet ingredients. Then I'm going to put in my half a teaspoon of salt, if I can get it open. A lot of times when I pour salt, I don't pour it over my recipe, because I always get nervous that I'll mix too, it comes out too quickly and I'll put too much like I did in this cup. So I put it over a cup so that I make sure I put just the right amount. Then I'm going to put my teaspoon of cinnamon. Then I'm going to put my teaspoon of baking soda. Feel free to use a different teaspoon if you don't want to mix it into your baking soda. Then I'm going to get a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Again, you can use pure vanilla flavor. And like I said before, I'm going to use just a little bit more than 1/4 cup of honey. I think I'm going to go over just a little bit, just to give a little more of a boost in the sweetness. I've cooked this before and I used 1/4 cup of honey, and it was fairly, moderately sweet, but not sweet. And you can also use stevia as a sweetener. I haven't tried any other sweeteners like agave, and I definitely didn't try sugar. I'm trying to stay away from sugar, but I would like to eventually try this recipe with date sugar. That's something new that I found. Date sugar, they say still holds a certain amount of nutrients, whereas white sugar has absolutely no nutrients left in it. So it really is not healthy for you to use white sugar. Now I'm just mixing up all of my ingredients, and make sure that you smash the bananas down really well, because You don't want to have mushes of banana in your muffins when they come out of the stove. So I'm going to just smash up these bananas. Stir it really well. And you can stir it. I use a spoon, but feel free to use one of these little stirrers, the little egg scramblers. But I like to use a spoon to get my bananas smashed up really well. Okay. Now I've already turned my stove to 350 degrees, and I'm going to bake these for 15 minutes. I have my muffin tin ready. I'm just going to spray in some ham so they don't stick. You can also use the little tins, the muffin tins, or the paper foil to put in the muffin tins, and then start to scoop out your mixture. This is what your mixture will look like. I almost want to eat it with a spoon. It smells so good. And I, by the way, use crunchy peanut butter. So this has actual nuts in the mixture. So when you bite into your muffin, you're going to be biting into nuts. It's delicious. But you can use regular smooth peanut butter, pretty much any peanut butter you choose. But again, I recommend organic or at least low sugar peanut butter because the idea is to eat as clean as you possibly can. So I'm going to start scooping this mixture into the muffin tins. You can use 1/4 cup to scoop the mixture. I like to just use, since there's going to be 12 muffins, my tablespoon, and I scoop it into each muffin tin, a tablespoon, until I literally go through the entire mixture. But again, you don't have to do it this way. I'm just really anal about making sure I have the exact same amount in each tin. So feel free to use 1/4 cup to scoop in your mixture into your muffin tins. So I'm going to finish scooping this in, put it in the stove for 15 minutes, and I'll do a part 2 video to show you how they came out. See you in a bit, guys.